been around and know what I'm saying. So it's not a fan base, man. You know, look at club. You know what I mean? You either with it or you're not with it. Here's to the story. That's on this story. And big up to the pub. So I don't understand how come all of a sudden the age of 16 seems to be a comfort zone. Remember now, let me build this out for you. Laws are set up in a society to make sure that people within that society agree on a certain set of things that are morally wrong. Them can't deal with certain things. So we understand that murder is illegal, we understand that stealing is illegal, housebreaking, rape, robbery, carjacking, fraud, and the list goes on. Assault, I did say the list goes on. But pretty much everything in a society is supposed to be generally accepted by the society as wrong. Morally wrong, spiritually wrong, whatever the wrong is wrong. And the society accepts that there are laws in place that deal with that. So how exactly is it that you can't vote at 16, you can't drive at 16, you can't really legally work and be taxed at 16? None of these wonderful things. But you can become a mother at 16. Explain to me how it is that the law can allow a man with 17-year-old to have a 16-year-old girlfriend. Nobody have no problem with it. Well, sorry, the law don't have no problem with it. But yet the society have a problem with it. Every single time we hear stories about these elder men, 25, 35, 40, whatever the age group might be, we keep saying something is wrong with a society that would have a man at a certain age dating a 16-year-old. Then if you have a problem with it morally as a society, how is it that you have sat back and allowed the law to allow it at the age of consent? So you said people not old and mature enough to vote. They're not old and mature enough to drink alcohol. They're not old and mature enough to navigate and operate a motor vehicle on their own. They're not old enough to smoke. Must be 18 and older. Remember all them things there? Yeah. But yet, you're okay with a girl at 16, who at 16 is supposed to be in school age. Right? Fifth form, maybe by some luck, fifth form, fourth form, first year 6. In school. And you're alright with the fact that she's what? Mature enough to decide that she wants to not only have sex but become a mother at 16, which of course means that a school going to put her out, which means that for the rest of her life she's now going to take on adult responsibility. And then you have the heart to turn around and have a problem with the fact that a man at 55 play with her at 16, and you say, oh, the man a dirty man, the man a nasty man, the man a all kind of man. Why him can't go find a big woman? But you all sat down and accepted that 16 was the age of consent. Funny enough, it was 14. It raised to 16. So I'm going to ask you, when it drops in Parliament, or every time it's mentioned in Parliament, you realize something? All the men and women in there sit down and everybody find an excuse. Why? The story is, oh, we're going to turn them into criminals if tomorrow morning we're to make 16 at age that's too young. Then all they do, put a moratorium on the time then and say, alright, for the next 6 months. Anything after 6 months and a man is discovered after 6 months to have a girlfriend that's 16 years old is a problem. No, nobody don't want to shift it. Why? Why would you be comfortable sitting now with a law that all of you, all of us, the entire society says is morally wrong? Why? Do you understand that if a girl in her school uniform tomorrow morning going to school and her 50-year-old boyfriend pick her up and is having sex with her throughout the course of a day, or carrying her and dropping her off to school, it don't matter what you believe, police can't trouble him? And if police even seek for trouble him, all him need to do is be able to prove that she's 16 years old. So you're telling me that it takes more maturity of mind, more development for you to vote, drive, work, smoke and drink. That requires much more. But becoming a parent at 16 is something that's true. Big deal. Oh wait, yeah, remember our grandparents and our great grandparents? Oh, they all became mothers at an early age. And by the way, this is not just about girls. Because at 16 years old, I don't expect a boy to tell me that I'm ready for life either. But you know the reason why we're focusing on the age of consent for 16. Because the real person who is affected is that girl. Not so much the boy, that girl. I don't see them putting boys out of school at 16 when we become fathers. And truth be told, the majority of times that I've ever heard of these cases, I don't know of no 16-year-old boy who is getting no 16-year-old girl pregnant. 9 times out of 10, it's much older people. Now, if you really want to be serious about life, and tell me that 16 is to you morally reprehensible, it is nastiness, it is the scum of the earth, man, who would have taken up a 16-year-old child. That's what we call them, you know. We still call them children. We don't even start calling them young adults. So if you have a problem with it, you, the society, why you don't get together the same way you can get up in a politics and decide so now war two sides. The same way you can get up in a church and everybody wants to be the right church. The same way you can get up and talk about which artists are the greatest artists. Why as a society you can't get up and determine that it's about time we understand that 16 is not it. It cannot be it. Or why not then just allow 16-year-olds to vote, to drive, and tax them salary? Yeah, I make them drink. Yeah, I make them smoke and enjoy life. Legally. Why not? After all. And when I say 16 too young, the law said 16 okay. It is the society who determines which laws them accept and which ones them reject. So anybody who want to come and tell me that them accept the law but them reject the morality, check yourself. That's what the story.